Let's get it. It's another fine day here in the Carolinas, and I'm so glad to see it, as always. I do hope everyone is well like myself, and that you're able to get out and enjoy this beautiful day the Most High has given us. Rejoicing and being glad in it, as the text says. As always, I do have a great idea I want to share today, and it is, it's time to choose life. It's time to choose life. And I'm going to do a little reading today. I always think the word of the Most High is what brings change and gives us power. So we're going to read over his text today out of a few scripts. And the first is Ecclesiastes 3, and it's 1 through 8. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born, and a time to die. A time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which was planted, or that which is planted, pardon me. A time to kill, and a time to heal. A time to break down, and a time to build up. I know that breeze feels good today. I know it has to be like 90, 94 today. I don't know the exact, but it's up there. So we're gonna wait on it. Okay, I stopped, I believe, at 3. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to carry away stones and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to get and a time to lose. A time to keep and a time to cast away. A time to rend and a time to sow. A time to keep silence and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. And like I said, that was Ecclesiastes 3, 1 through 8. And now we're going to read over Deuteronomy 30, 15 through 20. See, I have set before you this day life and good, and death and evil. And that I command thee this day to love the Most High thy Elohim, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments, and his statutes, and his judgments, that you may live and multiply. And the Most High your Elohim shall bless you in the land whither thou goest to possess. But if you turn your heart away, so that you will not hear, but will be drawn away and worship other Elohims, and serve them, I denounce unto you this day, that you shall surely perish, and that you shall not prolong your days upon the land, whither thou goest over the Jordan to possess. I call heaven and earth to record against you this day, that I have set before you life and death, blessings and cursings. Therefore choose life, that both you and your seed shall live, that you may love the Most High your Elohim, and that you may obey his voice, and that you may cleave unto him. For he is your life and the length of your days. that you may dwell in the land which the Most High sware unto your fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, to give them. And that's basically it. My whole thought for today is to choose life. It's time. And like the text says, it's a time for everything in life. Well, let me read over this text. And this is Galatians 5:13. No. Yeah, we'll read that one first. For you were called to freedom, brethren. Only do not turn your freedom into an opportunity for the flesh, but through love serve one another. And then we'll read 1 Corinthians 13:9. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when that which is perfect comes, then that which is in part shall be done away. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man or mature, I put away childish things. And I wrote a few notes from what I heard our Moray Dwayne Harris speak on just here in the last few days. And he was speaking on what our issues are. And the issues are lust, perversion, and idolatry. And he was saying how these three things is what always besets us as a people. We always get into trouble because of these three things: lust, perversion, and idolatry. And at the end of that text, I didn't read it all the way down, of 1 Corinthians 13 and 13, it gives us the answer for those things. And it is, and now abideth faith, hope, and charity. These three, but the greatest of these is charity. So I found out myself that when maturity comes, we must accept that maturity and we must walk in it. And when we walk in love, which this text just says, the greatest of these is love or charity, we will not be lusting, we will not be perverse, or we will not be serving idols. Because we have a love for the Most High and His people and ourselves. But most importantly, the Most High, who's given us life, like the text says. He's given us opportunity to live. So it's up to us today to get mature and live, because as we said in Ecclesiastes 1-8, there's a time and place for everything. And time is running out. We have to take heed to these warnings that the Most High gives us and choose life. And it's for our good. It's a good thing. We always think a good word or a good thought is negative. Yes, it's for change, but it's for positive change on our behalf. Because most of us are not living. We're barely getting by in life, period. Not only in our finances, in our relationships, but in life, period. We're barely getting by. We're not living up to our full potential because of lust, perversion, and idolatry. We're stuck too much on social media and what the world says is the norm. And what they do, the world pushes everything that's, or I should say, opposes everything that the Most High tells us we must do. Every law, statute, and commandment. The world has a law, statute, and commandment for us to follow, opposing the Most High's perfect and divine will for our lives. But it's time to search our hearts today. This is a warning. This is a warning, and it's a word of encouragement at the same time. Because if we are living in our maturity, we're already seeking life, and we're encouraged today to continue to seek that life. But if we're walking in immaturity, and we're headed for a fall in that immaturity. So that's going to be my time. Something just bit me. I felt it on my fingertips when I reached back, but I think I missed it. Anywho, I'm going to get out here and get my workout in. I think I'm going to get back on the bike today. I think I'm going to just stay in this parking lot and do a couple of laps after my walk. Not trying to be greedy. I'm going to just get on the bike for a few laps, most high willing. Then we're going to take it to the highs. But as always, I love you all. Stay up, keep pushing forward in the right direction. Shalom. And once again, it's just an absolutely gorgeous day here out in the Carolinas. Quite warm. I slid by the library earlier, and there was this lady, elderly lady, which I try to always respect my elders and speak. And when I did, she said, "Hey there, this sun sure is hot." I said, "Yes, ma'am, it is. But yeah, it's a beautiful day." And she gave me a look like I was supposed to complain with her about the heat of the day. Yet, what's the word I had on my mind? Not abort, but to dismiss the beauty of the day. Because we love these days without a cloud in the sky, which there are plenty today, clouds that is, and bright and shiny and beautiful. But we don't like the full extent of what that day brings. And see, where I'm coming from, being stuck up in the hospital, in rehab, and even at home for like 11 months. Look at that heart. I can't help but to be grateful for every day I get. And to stay excited. Because I, for one, know not one day is promised. See, when I went through what I went through, the Most High did give me fair warning that I was about to go through something that was going to shake my faith, my wife and I's faith, but not to take our eyes off Him, no matter what happens. No, He didn't tell me it was going to be a major stroke and that I was going to have open heart surgery. Major surgeries on my leg to remove blood clots. Starting all over again. It's gonna be rough and tough, so hard. We're gonna make it. Oh boy, what a great feeling. Great feeling. Feel like a whole new kid again. A big old kid again. It's something else when you can't do the things you used to love to do. And I was speaking on balling and how much I miss it. But I think one of the most pleasurable things that I used to do that I don't do anymore was run and jog, or yeah, running and jogging. But to be quite honest, I hadn't done it in a long time before I had that stroke. So it's a telltale sign to me that if you don't use it, you'll lose it. And see, we don't like talking like this in the church, because we figure everything is by faith, and at the Most High, even in our disobedience, that He would, what's the word, not open sesame, but abracadabra us a miracle. Sometimes we just go too far. And it's not saying the Most High can't work a miracle. And get our bodies back to 100%. But I feel like this, why would He, when we're just gonna turn around and mess it up again? Why would He when we don't take care of what we have in the first place? See, we want His blessings and favor, but when He do give it to us, we don't appreciate it. I think I'm gonna venture around the lake 1 or 2 times, since there's nobody really out today. This heat. And I know I promised myself not to ride through this area where folks might be anymore. But since I know folks are not out, and that this is just a light ride, a non-strenuous ride, and me just getting back to the basics, I'm gonna roll around the lake. I tell you the truth, this feels so good. It's like my muscles saying, boy, where you been? We've been eating this. That might be the little turtle we saved. Oh, there go the duck family. Or the ducklings and their mama. Look like they were making a beeline to the shore. Let's see if we can get back around there and take a peep at them. Because I love how nature, well, like David said, the Most High speaks to us through nature. He'll show us how just how much he loves us through his creation, and how fearfully and wonderfully we are made. Hey mama, I'm just looking. Yeah. I wonder if it's the same family. So there was 8 of them. And today I'm only seeing 6. Mama teaching them how to eat. She'll show them how to do something and then wait for all of them to do what she's doing. Training. To the Most High be the glory. Y'all may have seen that. But, also like Maury Harris said in his recording, in his Zoom call, be careful who you give your energy to. Because everybody don't deserve your energy. Which means your attention, your time, your anointing. All praises. So a lot of jokers just need joy ignoring them. And looking over them and saying the famous words of Yahushua HaMashiach. Most High bless them. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know who they're messing with. And yes, I was being super careful putting that bike back in the truck. Actually, that feels good in my back. It feels looser, to be quite honest. All praises to the Most High. And what the Most High just reminded me was to stay in my lane. So I thank him for that, because that's going to be my goal for the week. Staying in my own lane.